Hey, yo! Welcome back to the Dugout and Beyond. So we are full swing again of the NFL postseason right now, as we are only a couple more weeks left, and we already are, of course, looking forward to the next season and future seasons to go, as we have Roger Goodell again pushing the 18-game regular season. He's wanted to do this for over a decade. Of course, went from 16 to 17 games between the 2020 season and the 2021 season. So we, of course, had the 17-game regular season for the last couple of years, and he really wants this 18-game season to go on, as it would mean for probably less preseason games, as that's where like the teams make the cuts and figure out what the teams are going to do, and just figure out the team chemistry in general if you need the extra couple games there too before anything counts in general. But yeah, this is going to, of course, count for also more money from both sides. We're going to, as fans, pay more money to watch anything if you're not streaming on other stuff. You're gonna like Red Zone, YouTube TV, whatever else they come up with in the future to have us all be streaming on, because cables basically become obsolete, and we're basically having to pay $1,000 a year. Exaggeration much there, but it kind of feels like that at this point. But yeah, we're gonna have to do. We're gonna be doing a lot of international games. He's saying that they could actually do a package deal for those, so you will be paying for that on top of everything else you're already paying for. We of course had the first game of the season was international in Brazil with Green Bay Packers and Philadelphia Eagles, with the Eagles winning that one. But yeah, we have just it's gonna keep on going from here, and it's just again all about the money for him. He's wanting to get as many TV deals as possible with all the games as possible in a TV slot on all cable networks. Again, we're gonna have to pay more money for all of this stuff. But yeah, this is kind of just I think it's a lot of people are saying inevitable that it's gonna happen. He's pushing so hard on this. But yeah, people are also saying, is it gonna be Tom 19? Is it going to become 20 in 10, 20 years down the line here? We, of course, had on Christmas Day, we had the games on Netflix, which, honestly, that's kind of like with the Apple TV, where if you have already Apple, I don't have Apple, so I don't know if you had to pay more for any games that are on there extra. I know for soccer that you get that, you have Apple TV, but then I think you had to pay more to watch the game separately, which kind of made no sense. But everyone was like, oh well, welcome to Apple TV, like we've already been here for soccer, but you're gonna pay more for that. But for Netflix, they've been doing a lot of actual streaming stuff on there, where they actually had the Mike Tyson fight, they had some roasts on there, which did very well. The Jake Paul fight with Mike Tyson broke Netflix. They actually just had full-on streaming issues with there. I did have have issues with that. I did a breakdown of that fight and how Netflix did on a previous video. I will link that in here if you go take a look at that. But yeah, if you saw that, they actually did quite well. There was no actual issues with it. It looked like it went quite smooth for the most part for everyone. I saw basically it was just Netflix learned from the issues of the Jake Paul fight, and they're like, well, we never had 18 to 20 million people streaming on our service at one point. That's why it probably broke, and they probably upgraded it and did whatever software engineering wise into their system that they need to do to be like, hey, we're gonna have another 10 to 20, 30, 40 million people watching on here at a time, constantly for a few hours at a time. We have to get this right. So that's another money maker there for them, and that's of course what Roger Goodell is looking for at this point. So make this long story short, we're going to probably be seeing an 18-game season, and also players are like, hey, give us our second bye then if you're going to have us play another meaningful game like this. Again, you're going to have, like right now, you're going to have Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, you're going to have all these guys that are have been basically playing and have a solid career and are not going to be cut from the team at any time in their life at this point. They're going to basically be retiring after the contracts they have probably, or maybe sign another one if they're good enough and they're young enough and keep on going. But again, that's where they kind of just bring in those newer guys, the rookies, and get them the reps that they need. Say, hey, like, this is the guy who we're going to bring on. They definitely do need some preseason games. So if they're going to do that, they're going to be adding multiple games. You're going to have games that you're going to have players not playing at all in the regular part, and see where it goes from there. But it in here I'm seeing it is, I think, inevitable that we will be getting to the 18-game NFL season. And how far will he be pushing this in the end? Only time will tell. That's definitely up to what Goodell wants. And yeah, as someone that is basically just there to make the league money and also make himself money at the end, he will be pushing as hard as humanly possible to make these games, especially with Germany, England, all these games. And my only thing is, stop sending crappy teams to international games for the 9 o'clock games in England. Stop having crappy teams. Stop sending them. People are gonna watch it, but it's gonna be a crap thing. You're gonna have people turning it off in the end. So that's my input with that. And I know people. I've talked to a number of people about that, and it's just like, why is this even a thing? You saw how bad this team was. You saw what they added. You saw what they got rid of. You saw what they don't have. What they have. Just make the conscious choice of picking at least decent teams to go abroad and show the light of what it really could be with NFL if you can be a fan. So yeah, as always, let's see what happens. Let's see where we go with this and when this 18-game NFL season will take place. But yeah, in the end, let me know what you think. What you think about the extension of a season here. It could be weird, could be interesting, could be exciting, could be a whole bunch of stuff. Let me know in the comments. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace!